Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. I'm Pam, and this is your go-to space for navigating public spaces with your service dog with confidence, clarity, and a whole lot of resilience. Today's episode kicks off a brand new season for our fall 2025 touring season. This is going to be a deep dive into everything you need to know about US Bank Stadium's accessibility, as well as how to navigate it, be it with a dog or any disability. This stadium may be relatively new, but whether you're a seasoned fan or you're headed to your first NFL game, this guide is all about making the journey smoother, safer, and predictable for you and your pup. From parking logistics to public transit trips to accessible entrances, elevators, and rest zones, and what to expect every single step of the way. So grab your gear, leash up your partner, and let's break down the playbook for an accessible event. So take a deep breath. Game day should feel exciting, not overwhelming, and I'm here to make sure that you feel safe. She will have her good muzzle on. This is Batista that makes this muzzle. This is because there's going to be drunk people and food galore at that stadium, and we have never been to a NFL stadium, smelt those smells, or encountered them, so we're just gonna err on the side of safety because most of that food is mixed in with alcohol in some form. Now, I am going to also have another form of safety of her TQT e-collar remote, because if for some reason I were to drop my handle and Mazikeen, let's just say innocently enough, wanders away from me, I will be at a complete disadvantage, but the beep on this remote I will hear inside the stadium. And that's not going to shock her. That's going to go beep, 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 you lost your dog. It does have shock features if necessary. I never really need it more than as a location beeper. This is my Y-Front 1 Tigris. Love it. It does come with the removable patch. And then it does come in with a built-in handle. I add another service dog harness thing to it. She is going to have shoes. I'm trying to film. You don't have to steal the show every time. I saw that. Hey, Spider Butt, you're a big dog. Pocket. You can do it. Mexican is too sweet. She's like, no, I don't want to. I gotta be fancy. The Color Workshop. Rosé. Revlon. 24 hours. Stay purple. So you guys do know that I'm legally blind, which makes putting on makeup pretty hard. So this is a magnification mirror that like super magnifies things, but I still need to get up like this. So I just lay on the floor. That's how I do my eye makeup. Okay, now this was a viral TikTok shop item. I don't even know the brand, but love what it sounds like. I love this for a glittery look, and you're about to find out why. I'm deciding what I want to do with it. Do I want to do more or less? I can't actually see my eyes from here. And from here, I don't like how they look. So I just got up to go look for my phone. My phone. You. Like I said, just the tiniest bit. Once you like start it and you get it wet, you're good. It's starting and getting it wet to get it to stick to your face. So you're like, no, be wet. But I don't like too wet of a towel because I'm weird about water on my face, actually. I hate it. Like, I don't mind, like, rivers, pools, those types of things. But ordinarily, just water on my face, I don't like it. I have some PTSD. I don't even like taking showers because of the water on my face PTSD stuff. We are... Well, I have to sit on my hat. But we're not done yet. Okay. Different brand, cheaper brand. Rose gold going underneath. It really does wonders to mix the two together. I think I need to add a little bit more water to my thing here. I'm already concerned on how long Monday's video was going to be, because I put out a video last night and I was like, okay, well, I thought that was footage I was going to use for Monday, some of it, and I like forgot that that's what I was going to do. And so now, like, oh, okay, I'll improvise if I have time. Look, I could have just, like, broken my nose, or I could be putting on makeup. You never know. Beauty hurts. This does not hurt at all. I was being sarcastic. Makeup ever seems like it's a lot. It's often, like, for a reason, I guess. Like, when you take pictures, so, like, I learned that at Global's the hard way, because it looked like I didn't have any makeup on ever. When you take pictures, if you don't have, like, enough for the camera to contrastly pick up, it doesn't. So, like, it's picking up a little bit of the sparkles, but if you were here in person, you would see the sparkles. So, in order to look good on camera, from a distance and or stage, you back it up and do your makeup a little heavier. Outfit reveal time. Down to the shoes. Cause rawr. Game day update is I'm currently at Target because I thought I'm trying to find a 32-inch or 32 gigabyte SD card, and I'm having a lot of trouble. So we're on to the next Target that might have them. Apparently they are high in demand. Ibuki season at Target is here, and I am so for these little charm jewelry boxes. They've got this one, or this one's slightly different with the 4 squares, and I'm like, there's a puppy with the little puppy treats. SD card gotten. Now we have to hurry home, get meds, get food, dress the dog, get me dressed, and then get back over to US Stadium in time for the pre-game startup. So yeah, we totally can do this. The game starts at 3, as long as I'm there by 3, right? I got locked out of the door that lets you back into the building. I walked to the leasing office on a Saturday and say, oh, I'm locked out. My fob isn't working, but I'm a resident. Can I get my fob reprogrammed? No, management isn't here on a Saturday, so you're just SOL. Have a great weekend. I got home in time with the SD card. It's supposed to be a standard SD card slot. That is what it read on the description online because I am blind. So then I say I need a standard SD card. I got Ultra Plus, not knowing that this is technically bigger. I knew Micro was smaller. I guess this should have made sense, but the guy at the store just said it had like extra storage, not like the size of the chip was bigger. So I'm gonna talk to somebody that might have chips, that might know what the hell I'm looking and needing, because I don't even know at this point. I just really need to find the old one. Today is stressful for me. I love to do meet and greets. I love to perform, but it is super stressful. I am completely and utterly heartbroken. I might look just stunning. Really, thank you. But I feel horrible and I miss not my man. And he's going to be at the game today, and we will have to socialize together and not be a couple and do it in front of our friends and family, because you know that won't set off anxiety for me, but I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you because there is no other resource that talks about bringing your service dog specifically to US Bank Stadium, or really any other stadiums, and like what you should do beforehand and like the things. So, for example, US Bank Stadium has an accessibility coordinator that you can call if you're like, I'm gonna struggle and I have no idea what I'm doing. So if I were completely blind, heck yeah, I'm calling that coordinator, letting her know, like him, her, hey, I'm coming and I'm a hot mess. And then they also have specific drop-off locations with staff trained to understand service animals and special needs. So why would you go through the main gates? Only because you didn't watch this video first. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This is free information. You guys are going to be bringing your service animals to all kinds of events. I'm an influencer now. I get to go to events that maybe are a once in a lifetime event for you. Let me be your resource.
Thank you. No problem.
What kind? If you feel a follow. Sorry, if you feel a nose, it's just because I'm asking her to follow, and she's on her wrong side. She'd much rather be on my right side. But I'm glad that there's not a bunch of food on the floor on this stadium. That's why she's muzzled, is I was like, nah, there's too many drunk people that like to feed the dog. Okay. Step up. Okay.
I'm just gonna make sure it was 328 to the area, so I'm trying to find. Okay, here we go.
I like that they have like the little book of how to find your way through the stadium for the staff.
Well, and there's like they have stuff on the app too. Like there's an interactive Ask Vic robot that kind of helps with stuff too, which is super cool. But you have to ask the right question to get the right answer.
Do you know the right question to ask? All right. I'll let everybody get in first. Otherwise, she'll believe every floor is us.
Going up? Yes.
Going up. What's that?
I like the thing.
Oh, it's just because people will try to feed the dog and they can feed things that are not meant for them.
No, I said I like it.
Like the bling on it?
Oh, yeah, that's Batista.
Have you been to games before?
Nope.
First time here completely?
Yep, and I am doing this because I want to make it easy for people who are disabled and want to come. Like, hey, here's what I did and here's how it worked and here's what you should do and not do.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Leave it.
Couple more sections here.
Slow. Good girl.
About 329, so I did the
Okay.
And we'll go to the left here, go up the stairs.
Okay. Slow. Now slow. Yes. But slow. Right there. Thank you. Thank you.
4 more stairs here.
Heel. Whoa.
Yeah, there it is.
we're slowing this video down way slow for you guys because a whole lot happens in a very short amount of time. The width on this staircase is now half the width, meaning my dog will have to lead in front and guide me from the front. Already a slightly difficult task considering we chose the shorter handle to guide me with. Maz is about to show off just how smart she is. She is going to step to the left so that she accidentally bumps into the chair rather than her handler does, knowing that there is not enough width and that I might fall. We are really high up, so she knows that it is safer for her to bump something and have me stay in the middle. She also has cup holders to the left that she is going to try to keep me from tripping over. And then, as if all of this is not enough distraction and things to worry about. Walk on. I know, blowhorn. Accessibility-wise, these main stairway steps with the railing in between to help people were actually the most inaccessible thing that I found because I needed Mazkin to keep going forward while I was following behind her. And keep in mind, on the staircase, she normally pauses between stairs so that I can tell where exactly those stairs are at. Let's go! Here we are at our seats, ready to watch the game. Was not able to book seats 1 and 2, so I booked myself seats 3, 4, and 5 because if you notice, my service dog takes up about 2 seats worth of room leg-wise, and these are very narrow aisles. Now, right now we are here really early before the game to make sure we had time to get up to our seats, and the speakers haven't hit what I call the oh dear god loud volume yet, and Maz has a nasty habit of ripping off muffs or like ear muffs, protection for dogs. So she does have those, we just don't have them on yet, as we are just taking in the scenes and checking out US Bank Stadium. I can't actually see it through any other way than through my phone, so this is just so much fun editing and really taking in the whole stadium. I arrived very early just so that she would have tons of practice of watching numerous people slowly fill up the seats around her, and she could slowly acclimate to people coming near and in her space. But did you see that nose go in the air? I sure did as her handler. And we're about to go ahead and put back on our Batista muscle, not because she's aggressive, but because I don't want her to snarf something on the ground. God forbid I'm watching the Vikings game and don't notice it. This muscle is nice because she can still eat treats, drink water, and has plenty of breathability around her face. Sweet girl does not like muzzles. Slow. Here is an example of how we go down the staircase typically together when we have the nice wide staircase and can do so. The little rough were a little distracted, and that's because Maz is a little bit stressed out. As a handler, even though I'm visually impaired, I can feel that my dog is stressed out. She has stepped into me, she's stepping left, right, not following a straight path. That head is swinging around. These are signs that she needs to go decompress. If you look at her gait, it is not a confident gait. She's very much matching my own gait, looking back at me for a lot of handler help. And this is the time that we took to go find a rest spot or an area that was much calmer. I chose a spot, and you're going to see the body language change in her that you wouldn't normally think of. The woman's bathroom. Why? It's a Flappy Bird easy win for her to know Where's the big stall? Oh, you found it. This is normal everyday working. Everything is calm. All is well. And you have time to check gear and take a deep breath yourself. You'll have the space to bend down and do what you need before continuing on. US Bank Stadium is actually equipped with plenty of places to take a moment to stop and rest even while the game is going on, and there are many different lounges, some free, some VIP. The lounges will have security and an elevator. They will also have a drinking station that you can fill up a water bottle so that you could fill up potentially a flexi bowl that you brought with. If you get confused later in the video where I tell you the accessible entrances, look for the rainbow building corner. That corner is the accessibility entrance. You're welcome. That black fence that you can see also has an accessibility trail leading back to the light rail systems. The doors open to the US Bank Stadium 2 hours prior to game time. I would recommend, just like the airport, arrive early and allow your dog to kind of explore. Yeah, there might be some tarps on some stuff, but it's going to not be loud, so they don't have to have their ear protection on yet. The crowds are a whole lot less, and the people tend to all just be paying more attention, in my opinion. Now we're going to fast forward to about 30 minutes prior to game time, where I did not know they were going to suddenly turn on the, I call it bejesusly loud music. And so we made a very quick beeline in a very busy crowd back to our seats. And here's how Mazikeen handled it. Her ears are pinned, but she is not doing anything that I would really correct her on, other than I'd prefer her pace a little slower. But I think she's just like, let's hurry up and get back to a quiet spot, Mom. She is still watching me, checking my corners, checking where we're at, stopping me when there's a group. She knows what she's doing, even though she is stressed. There she checks in again. As long as your dog is able to check in with you, you can probably continue on. Personally, I really regretted leaving our backpack. We had our little transparent backpack back at the seat with the people we were with, but we were just finishing up pictures, and the earmuffs weren't really, picture friendly, and muzzle isn't either, but muzzle is necessary because people really want to feed the dog for some reason. Please do not feed working dogs. They got enough they're working through. And at this point, we're running for those earmuffs. So Mazikeen has sensitive ears. She hates things around her ears. So I use this Magic Cloth sound cloth. It's just like those Magic Cloths they use for like pencil cases and stuff, but these ones have a layer of rubber and cloth, and then you can wrap the individual ear if you wanted to. I just add in an extra layer of soundproofing, and she tolerates it very well and looks kind of like an old lady. She hates me. I'm pretty sure she's going to talk to me about this later. For those of you with dogs who haven't been to the stadium, leave now to a quiet area. While they are playing the emergency evacuation thing, you have 20 minutes until game time. This is about to be very loud pre-game time, where there will be fireworks, there will be chanting. Please go to the lounge. I had people capture it just to prove to you that you're not really missing much staying in your seats, because the real view is watching it on the screen anyway. So take your dog to a rest spot. Take them somewhere where you can watch this pregame. Your view from your seat's not the best. Just choose animal welfare, because the more comfortable you are, the more comfortable the fans around you are. And rule number 1, don't be a jerk at the Minnesota US Bank Stadium. Even though she has hearing protection, I still cover her ears and reassure her during the tunnel walk for when they initially come out, because this is a lot of sound and smell. They can smell the sulfur in the air and want to know what's going on. Okay, she looks like Baby Yoda right there. I can't even lie. Here is yet again where my never being to a Vikings game comes into play as a handler failure. They cheer "Goal!" and clap their hands above their head. And there's fire. That's a little freaky for both me, as that's a lot of vibration, and that's a ton of vibration under the dog. And needless to say, we both almost had a panic attack during the first touchdown. Now, Minnesota Viking fans, I'm hoping if you were hoping to watch the pregame, you've realized that this isn't that video. This video is about reminding handlers that every quarter or so, you should take your dog outside where they can vacate themselves and take a full-on detox complete break. It is an ADA accessible ask to please leave the stadium to allow your animal to relieve themselves. King did great for her first time inside, but all the fireworks, the smokes, the skull, the people clapping above her head, that's a lot for her first time. So I chose animal welfare over my viewing a football game, so to speak. When you're a handler, sometimes you have to know and read your dog and say, hey, my dog needs a timeout. That is best for them. That is best for everybody all involved. Does Mazkina have a muzzle? Yes. Could I have forced her to stay in the game? Maybe. She's a Belgian Malinois. But am I just going to make this a positive experience and try to make this a training experience however we can? Sure. That's why we came to a pregame. It's not as scary. How do I check in on my dog's anxiety levels? I carry some very, very good treats that I know as soon as this nose gets it, she's like, I love those treats. Now, if she were to refuse her treats, if I were to hand her a whole handful of treats and say, do you want these? And she says, oh, heck no, I need to remove my dog immediately. And in this stadium, she wasn't refusing them, but she definitely lost interest in them, meaning something higher had taken priority in her brain. So the best thing to do as a handler is to actually step away and leave the situation. Could I have corrected the situation? Sure, but why are we making it negative for something that we're just learning? She doesn't understand this. This isn't, dogs don't do this. We just have to slow it down and train them slower. I like to document the training that goes into these dogs because it's not always fun being a trainer. You know, I'm at an NFL game sitting outside on the front seats because that's what's good for my dog. And this is us after the first NFL football game that we have ever been to. Granted, it was a preseason game. You are not a fan of the fireworks so close. Fireworks at a distance? Yeah. Gun range? Yeah. In a stadium? Sketchy. We also did not appreciate the skull chant too much, or maybe we did. She just might wanted to cheer along with. But we had an overall great time, and we will be slowly reintroducing more stadiums because I plan to take her to concerts, but she does not like to keep her ear protection on. She gets her ear muffs off, so I brought a different product, and she got that one off too. So we're gonna have to investigate and research for item number 3. So I wanted to point out that the trains do meet right outside of US Bank Stadium, and they go both towards Bloomington and then back towards St. Paul, so you don't have to get a hotel right here next to the stadium. If this video helped you feel more confident about traveling with your service dog or just gave you some new ideas, hit that like button and subscribe. I've got more adventures with masking coming up, and we're all about making the world more accessible, one paw at a time. Be the best pup. Hit that subscribe button for me.